Hey girl campers, Lisa Dempsey, your Southeast Texas chapter guide, coming to you today with a special toy that I just bought for myself to use at an upcoming camp out event, and it is the fire disc. So I saw this first when I was at a girl camper event up in Oklahoma. Actually, I think the first time I saw it was Camporee in 2021, and then again in Oklahoma. And they were having a sale, a clearance sale on these this year, so I wanted to get one for myself to use at our campouts. So I'm going to unbox this for you. So, the fire disc is somewhere in between a griddle, a skillet, and a wok. And one of the reasons that it's so great when you're camping is because it's very portable with the way it breaks down. So I've taken it out of the box, and then let me show you the different pieces. So this is the base. And you really simply are going to take this, and it's going to sit up here and go down. And now we have our base all set up. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add the propane regulator, and it just comes here and it screws in right here. Voila, we are almost set up and ready to go. This part, now I'll tell you, I'll be honest, it's heavy. It's kind of like if you've got your largest Dutch oven cooker, but it sets right on top just like this, and we will be ready to go. So this is it out of the box. Now, a lot of people are used to seeing this in the bright fire engine red. I actually prefer the black, so I ordered myself the black fire disc. This is the 36-inch tall version. There is another version that's 24 inches, that's lower to the ground. This just, for my cooking style, I really liked more of the tabletop height for this. It is out of the box, and one of the things that I am going to have to do is clean it up a little bit. It does come, now be careful when you open it, there is some oil that they've used to keep this from getting corroded or rusted and keep it all nice so it's ready for you when you get it out of the box to start prepping. I will have to season this, so when I get done showing you this, I will clean all this up and then I'll season it, and then a little bit later I'm going to cook up some brats. One of the accessories that I got, though, I did want to show you. This is called a wind helmet. So a wind helmet, it pops out. If you've ever cooked with your Dutch ovens and you know how the wind or the breeze, or even when you're cooking on the grill, this just helps to keep the air from blowing out your flame down here. So when I lift up the lid, I'll just set this down on top of the fire ring there, and it will just keep it from blowing and help distribute the heat evenly. Depending on where you are and where you're using it, you may not need this, but I just thought it would be something helpful to have. So my next steps when you see me next are I'm going to be seasoning this. So there she is out of the box. I've hooked up my little propane. Now you can use the large canisters and get the hose that connects. For right now, though, this is just the easiest thing for me to use here in my backyard while I'm demonstrating. So it's all washed. It's the first time and only time that you're going to use soap and water in here to actually clean this out. And now we're going to start the seasoning process. And I'll have to do that a couple times, and then I'll be ready to cook. So let's light this up. Turn the propane on. I can hear the propane going. And boom, she's lit, heating up. Well, y'all, this is it. This is the fire disc. I have seasoned it. So on the inside, and I'll post a picture of it, you can see that it's getting darker. It should patina to a nice dark kind of purpley black. That is normal. That is what it's supposed to do. That is creating its nonstick surface. But this is it. So wait for a little while. So next, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and cook some lunch for my husband and I'm going to do some bratwurst on this. So stick around for the next video. In the meantime, if you have questions about the fire disc, I will post the links down below so that you can check that out yourself. Thanks, everybody. Well, I'm back. Hey, everybody. I am Lisa Dempsey. I am your Southeast Texas chapter guide for Girl Camper. And I have opened up and shown you all my fire disc earlier. Now I've got it warming up, and we're going to make some brats. So the first thing is butter. Now, this is a little bit different than some of the other recipes that people do, but I think butter makes everything better. So I'm going to start. I've had this preheating so it's warm. I'm going to put that on there. You can hear it sizzle up while it's going. Next thing, I'm going to add my onions that I had already cooked or sliced up. Oh, already smells great. And I just want to get those onions going and until they're a little bit translucent and melt this butter down. If your onions start turning brown too quickly, then you need to turn your flame down. I've got this on about medium heat. This is the perfect thing for the first day of October. So I have two onions, two rather large onions that I've sliced up. I've cut them in half and then sliced them. Made it pretty easy to do. And I've put them here and I've just kind of softened them. And then, of course, when you're doing brats, you have to add the magic sauce. So here is our magic sauce. This is our local brewery, which is St. Arnold's here in Houston. We have lots of great breweries here in Houston. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 3 cans of beer. Yeah, 3. We're gonna drunken up those onions. And then I'm going to let this kind of heat for a minute. Okay, I have my 3 cans of beer, my stick of butter, and my 2 onions that are sliced in here, and I'm letting that all kind of come together. Now, if you were tailgating or you were having a larger party, or when I'm doing my Girl Camper cookouts, I can cook anywhere from 15 to 25 brats in here at once. Now, I'm just cooking for us here at home today, so I'm just going to put 5 in and keep it simple. I will still have extra onions and good stuff that I'll be able to use later for some of my other hot dog toppings and fun things for the weekend. So here we go. Oh, all that yummy butter, beer, and onion goodness. Now it's hot, so be careful. If you're gonna use, don't use your hands. Try to use your tongs. I'm gonna put these in right down towards the bottom where the center of the heat is. And I'm gonna let these cook for about 15 minutes. Okay, so my brats have been on for 15 minutes, low heat, simmering. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull them out towards the edges of the pan. See if I can do this so you can maybe see how it would work. And all I'm gonna do up here is I'm gonna try to add a nice brown crispiness to the exterior. And in the meantime, these onions and beer are going to continue to simmer down. I'm going to add just a dash of Worcestershire. Stir that up a little. And then I'm going to turn the heat up just a bit so I can brown these on the outside. And then we're going to be ready to go. Well, lunch is over. It was great. I learned a few things that I will do differently next time, but I wanted you to see this is all clean now. So I am heating it because I'm going to go ahead and do one more seasoning, put some oil on it and let it set and cool down before I put it away. But a couple things I learned. I followed their recipe for cooking the bratwurst. I would probably cook the bratwurst directly on the grill first, then add my onions and my beer to get it browned a little bit nicely. Took a little bit longer to brown than I would have preferred doing it on my own, following their recipe, but the taste was awesome. I'm really looking forward to breaking this out and cooking some breakfast for y'all, making some migas, making some gumbo. Believe it or not, this will hold 5 gallons. 5 gallons, so I can make a huge pot of gumbo in this for everybody. So I'm really excited. Watch for me on the road, and thanks for watching my bratwurst cook-off and the introduction to the fire disc cooker.